Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm live. I'm just checking, folks, if you can hear me. Looks good. Okay, let's get in game. I'm Nesbit, you're the People of Skyrim. Welcome back, folks. Haven't done many streams recently. This is a continuation test of the mod pack and the E&B preset Setting Suns. Let's get in game. Just take away that torch. See the different variation in light. Yeah, much better. Okay, all right. That's very good. Okay. Okay, I've been... let me just start at the beginning, folks. For those of you who join me today, whether it's now or later. I haven't been around for a while because of Christmas, illness and all the rest of it. Come back recently. I did a stream last week. And I'm working on this preset at the moment, and I'm trying to resolve some issues with the skyline. Now, I know it's something with AE, and I've done a base test, whereas I've tried different E&B presets, including Fireman's that I'm using, or, you know, some of his files for this particular preset. And the skyline up around High Rothgard is very poor. It's very hard to blend it, so it all blends in really naturally. So at the moment, that's a big part of what I'm working on. I'm trying to sort that out. And there's also something with the snow. I'm trying to sort out another issue with snow. I'm trying to see if I can do something that hasn't been done before. So, because I fell, again, from mucking around, I fell across something by accident. And I'll talk about it later when we get to the snow lines and whatever. And I'll show you. But I'm just been mucking around really and trying to improve the visuals, is what I'm saying, of this E&B preset, okay? Oh my god, that's the front door. Hold on a second, folks. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Somebody at the door. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the snow lines, that's right. Walkways and stuff like that. I've got like a nice powdery look on the walkway, but sometimes it looks a little bit watery and twinkly when the sunlight shines on it, which I suppose is a sort of a natural thing. And I'm a bit undecided how I feel about this at the moment, but it's something else I'm working on. So the walkways just look more naturally, you know, more natural with snow covering. And I'll show you that when we get to some snowy areas on the walkways, okay?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort.
I'm just going to do a lighting test here as well.
Might consider joining up myself.
Okay. Alright, that's good enough. It provides a good source of light. What I want to do is I want to do a visual check Let's go through to the morning. Interesting. Okay. It'll only be a short stream as well today, folks, because I've got stuff going on. It'll be lunchtime soon here, and I've got other commitments this afternoon. So I'm going to do a short stream. Oh, what's this? Is this a... Who's this? Oh, it's a hunter. All right. Okay.
Guess it's all clear now.
You're rather hard to track down. I'll give you that. I was asked to find you. You'd best have the promise of a generous reward. Sounds tempting. If I were you, I'd best not keep him waiting.
Now, I like the shadow movement as we go through this canyon here. That's quite nice. Again, what time of day is it? Yeah, see, it's only just morning, so the sun's only just starting to peak the top of the mountains. And like I say, I've been trying to work out how to resolve a couple of issues. And obviously, the AE skyline is worse than the SSC skyline up at where High Rothgar is. And I've tested this with vanilla as well, just to make sure it wasn't my EMB preset that I'm mucking around with, and I've seen it with other EMBs as well. So I want to try to resolve that in some way by blending the horizon so it looks more natural. I mean, if I just have the simple EMB settings on, and I don't have multiple others, the sky settings enabled. If I have them enabled, which I haven't got at the moment, by the way, because I was in the middle of testing when I started the stream. If I have them enabled, that unblended skyline is more pronounced. It's only when you're looking across vast expanses of horizon, you know, like when you're at High Rothgar. And on AE, a lot of EMB seem to have this problem. I mean, I noticed it more with AE version of Skyrim than with SSC of Skyrim. And I know that the EMB enabler and helper had to be sorted out, but that's sorted out now, and I've got that loaded up. But I've still got this problem with this horizon and skyline when I'm running this particular setting, when I enable this under the sky setting. So this is one of the reasons it hasn't come out yet, because I'm trying to sort out, or the EMB or the mod pack hasn't come out yet. Everything is basically done pretty much. I'm just trying to do something a bit different and fix some things up with the limited knowledge that I've got. And I've been reading some stuff from Fireman and some other EMB authors. I'm just trying to find my way around a couple of small issues before I put this mod pack out and this EMB pack out. I want to, you know, if I can, fix these things up. So, you know, it's really immersive, and you don't have these issues, you know, that I'm seeing. I'm going to fast travel down to Windhelm in a minute, because I want to show you the snow that I'm working on as well. And again, I came across this by accident when I was mucking around. That's the TPOSC border, if you don't know my stuff, folks. And the point, what was the point I was making? The point I'm making is, I'm trying something with the walkways and a NIF file that I came across by another author, and I've adapted it for the walkways. So we're going to go and see that now. I'm just going to come into this Tiverstead, and I'm just going to save and fast travel down the Windhelm, because I ain't got a lot of time. So I just want to show you what I'm doing, folks, is letting you know what's going on. All right, today.
Climbing back and we'll be off.
I ain't got a lot of time today, but I'm streamed for a while, and I wanted to get in and do a quick stream. Let's just go to Windhelm, all right?
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar, the red who came right.
Okay, all right. Oh, God's sake. Oh, I forgot to change my settings up. Okay. Right. I've actually got if you notice and looking at the mountains, yeah, everything looks very sharp. I need to adjust some settings here because I've been playing around with some other ENB preset settings, which is the sharpness, and it's under skin, fate. It's not this one. Here we go. I've been playing around with these sharpness settings today because I wanted to see if I could make the environment look sharper. But actually, if you look at the mountaintops and some other aspects, they're a bit too sharp now, look. But there you go. You can play around with an ENB preset, you know, for months and still never be happy with what you got. But there you go. Yeah, so look what's happening here, look. So I'll need to go back to some previous settings. Again, I'm just trying different things, and again, it's affected my snow. Oh, shit, that I wanted to show you. Never mind. All right. Okay. Again, I've been mucking around. This is terrible. This is not what I wanted to show you, so we'll forget that. And I should have noticed because the rocks are the same as well. Oh, God. All right. So we won't worry about that now. I'll show you that another time, maybe tomorrow or the next day when I got a bit more time and I've sorted some things out. But I'm going to go to the skyline because I'm going to show you, you know, what I wanted to show you today was, and why I come into the stream today was because I'm trying to resolve some stuff, and I just wanted to let you know why the mod pack and the ENB hasn't come out. Okay, and these are some of the issues that I'm trying to resolve. So it looks ugly and messy right now because I'm in the process of trying to work some things out. Okay, so we're going to go to High Rothgar, and I'm just going to show you this horizon that I want to fix, if I can. Now this doesn't look too bad at the moment, I guess. I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I guess it doesn't look too bad. With this particular multiple weather preset and the current settings I've got. But watch this. Now if I put the sky on, right, and it's all under the sky, all the, you know, it's when I enable the sky element of the ENB preset. When it tends to look a little bit more ugly, a little bit more or less, you know, fluid. So I got to work on this, and again that means editing and finding the right settings and the right gradients and everything else to resolve this issue. But I've been trying for the last week or so, and to be honest, I'm sort of struggling with it. I've tried different things, you know, to sort of resolve all this, and again, I'm not that particularly experienced with ENBs, so I'm learning as I go. I've read up on a few things. I know that this is an issue that's known. I've tried a sky mesh by another author. I've tried other things. I mean, it's not too bad, but it depends on what time of day you're at, and what I've got to do is just, you know, it's not great. What I would like is to have a nice seamless horizon, and that's what I'm working on at the moment, along with the snow issue, which I wanted to show you today. But like I say, I've changed up some settings. I've been mucking around before I come in stream. I'm just going to have to go back to the original ENB preset file and start again because it's not working out at the moment. And in a way, it's good because I wanted you to see what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, and why it hasn't come out yet. I mean, I could just put it out. I could put the file out that I've got now, because basically the ENB that I've got at this present moment in time, right, is fine in terms of everything but the skyline. But I'm not happy with the skyline. So I'll put it out when I'm ready and when I'm happy with it all. And all I'm saying is I hope you sort of understand and can be patient and when this stuff comes out, it'll be because, you know, it's done to my satisfaction, and it'll be complete. Now look, something else I want to say as well. I have set up and changed up. Oh, nice. Here we go. This is nice. Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying? Sorry, I have changed up some settings for my stream for obvious reasons. I'm not in the mood for dealing with morons, alright? So you'll notice I've got the setup for subscribers, which is a way of keeping people from flashing and posting sex chats or anything else like we've seen in the past, or anything to do with the Morthor ages, people that choose to want to be aggressive towards me. I've had plenty of, well, I say plenty, I've had a few emails from morons that want to be aggressive and indifferent. That's their choice. I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you. But to save that hassle when I'm streaming, because I've got a lot to get on with, I don't want to be thinking and dealing with lots of people, you know, should they come this way. So I've set these streams up for subscribers only, which just makes things a little bit easier potentially. So that's changed as well. And I've just done a slow mode on the comments again, because sometimes comments come in too fast and I can find them overwhelming from past experiences. So I've decided to change things up and do a few things differently. And I'm also going to do the same things. Yeah. 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 Sheep. How you doing, Jack? You right? I think I did refer to them as small-minded, small people. And I see people that work in a collective like that anyway. Oh, here we go. Okay, hold on. Here we look. Here comes another collective mindset of a cultist. This is the sort of thing that I'm on about. Yeah, people that can't think for themselves. Cultists. People who live in cults. And culture and many of the things that we do is cult-based, and there's nothing wrong with it per se. But you know, we know from history, you know, if you can't think for yourself, in fact, psychological experiments, right? Psychologists know once people start getting into groups, yeah, once people are in group mentalities, individualized thinking goes out the window. They can't do it. A lot of people, they're just, you know, they just, it's a psychological and well-known fact that when people are in with groups of other people, the cognitive processes of independent thinking weaken. In fact, basically fade away. It's very hard for people to think independently. And this is why I've always stayed as a very much an individual person. I try not to get involved in groups. They have their benefits, you know, not everyone in a group is a nutball, but that, you know, and not, you know, and some people have more strength of character and more spirit than others. But generally you find, you know, the collective thinking patterns of people, when they're in groups, you know, their thinking is seriously diminished. But yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing things differently, because even before, you know, the last few days, you know, the streams can come thick and fast, and the comments can come thick and fast. And to be honest, you know, when I got so much in my head with work or trying to talk about different issues, you know, that can be hard to follow. So just slowing down the comments as well helps me from that point of view, as a general thing, let alone anything else, all right? So, but yeah. But, you know, I mean, if anyone wonders why I do the things that I do, well, you know, I'm an old fart, and there's only certain things I'm willing to compromise on, you know? No, that, and the whole point is, right, that is changed. That is the collective mindset, the big society. Now, that happened big time in the early 90s, especially in the UK with Blair. Blair shifted to the right. As Thatcher said, her greatest success was bringing the left further to the right. All right? Now, and that's the whole point of what's going on in the world. Thinking is going out the window. Back in the 60s and the 70s, it's about challenging the system or challenging collective thinking. Nowadays, in colleges and universities and society, it's all about, you know, the collective. And they're actually changing the law in every country where individual human rights are being watered down. And we're seeing this as part of the, you know, the Great Reset, the New World Order, and the one collective, you know, driving force of that Great Reset, the Economic Forum, and so on and so forth. And this is exactly what's happening. And I guess, you know, I'm outdated now. You know, for most people, I'm 55, but really I already know that my time, my people of my era and my time are gone and is going. It's just a fact. With age, you lose things more and more and more. And it will happen to you guys as well. As you go through your years, what you consider to be the norm will be washed away for the next generation and the programming that they're given, because it is a cult. That's why culture has cult in it. It's a cult, and each generation is given its own cult, and they constantly change the cult to keep you under control. And that's exactly what this is all about, and that's exactly why even in Skyrim there are cults of individuals, cults of Arthmoor, cults of Lux, cults of this, cults of that. And these people need something to cling on to hold on to be part of, because life is so shitty. But then they end up acting irrationally, especially online where there's no consequences for what you say. So for me, like I say, I try to remember who I am, and I know a lot of people won't like me and won't understand why I do what I do, but honestly I don't care at my age. I got to do what's right for me and do things the way I see it, okay? But this is the problem. This is all about cult mentalities. It goes on and on, you know, and what they're doing. And I actually don't envy the young at all, because you know my generation was controlled. My generations were herded and tried to put in the pens like every generation. But we had a bit more freedom. I grew up in the 70s. I was out all day playing, you know. I went on a screen all the time. The only reason I'm at a screen now is because I do love gaming, and because of my personal situations. I'm needed at home. I'm needed at home for many reasons, you know, because of our son and through other situations, okay? So otherwise I wouldn't be doing this probably, to be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing here first, because I've got into a conversation here. But it is an important conversation. And don't get me wrong, you know, I like to treat all people with respect where I can, but where people can't, no, exactly. You know, if people can't treat my work with respect or find it funny, you know, to just try to aggravate me, well, they can sod off, you know? Because I don't care, like I say, I'm too old to give a shit. And you know, where other authors have walked away and they feel like they've been harassed to the point where they can't take no more, that won't happen with me. You know, I've always travelled the road I've wanted to travel, and I do what I want to do. And people can push as much as they want. I'll just push back. You know, it doesn't make, you know, or I'll just ignore them or whatever. It makes no difference in the long run. And I'll say this, all right, I would rather have, you know, 10 good users than thousands of people using my work. I've said it before, I said it again.
Where do you want to go?
Let's try, I want to go to somewhere else now. I'm going to go to Solitude.
Climb and back and we'll be
because I want to check some more lighting. I really like this lantern here, folks. But yeah, on a serious note, past gaming, because like I say, this. Let me just say this as well. I mean, you listen now or later. This is just a game, right? In Skyrim, it's just a game, and my mods are just mods. What really worries me more than anything is about the way this world is going and what's going on in this world. You know, as a father, as a human being, as a citizen. As a man, oh, what is going on here in my sky? Oh no, that's all right. I quite like that, actually. I have brightened up the sky under the sky settings. The values have gone up under, what was it? Oh, no, it's under environment. Under clouds, sorry, I think I've changed the sky. I am just playing around, folks. These settings will change. The EMB isn't going to stay like this. But the world is changing, folks, and it's not changing for the better. And I don't envy. And you know, you got lots of good videos out there of people addressing these subjects. Like you got a guy called JP, mainstream, but you know he still hits the mark with what he's saying. Dave Cullen, I think, is another guy. Then you've got more what they'd call conspiracy theorist viewpoints. If you want to go to different. You know, people on the web, you know, that are a bit more outspoken with their views and not so nice about the issues, you know, and talk more frankly about the issues that are going on with governments and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the younger generations and what's going on, you know, what my son's growing up into does bother me somewhat. I'll be honest about that. You know, free will is being severely curtailed, and the freedom of speech. You know, if you have a viewpoint, it's anything but government led. You know, you're basically a terrorist nowadays. That's how they target you. That's how they, you know, label you. If you have a viewpoint that isn't a government consensus one, you're basically a terrorist. That's their viewpoint now. It's ridiculous, you know. And basically, what we're living in is in a communist state already. You know, and people have no idea. You know, I listen to people that talk a lot about the law and how the law is being changed, and the law is being changed radically. Radically, we're even being categorized differently, and that's all to do with the transhumanism that's coming along, and the genetics and everything changes, and all this other stuff that's coming along. It has serious implications for who we are. You know, our freedoms, our children's freedoms. When we, you know,
Yeah.
all sorts. So yeah, so I just wanted today I just wanted to let you all know, you know, I'm working on this EMB preset because I'm not happy with some certain aspects of it. I might not be able to do anything about it, okay? Like I can't do anything about
what do you need?
Other things either. Some things are just not in my control, but I'll do my best for what I can. If I get the EMB preset and the horizon around High Rothgard and that to look a lot better, than I will. I'll say this to patrons as well. I know some patrons may not like my attitude or what I've done in the last few days, and if you don't, that's fair enough. I understand. You want to remove your support, you're welcome to. It's sort of freedom of choice, and I won't judge you for it, and I thank you for your patronage. But like I say, live a life of an author, and I wonder how you would do after 10 years. In the end, there's only so much you're willing to put up with. But regardless, to anyone and anyone in the past, the present or the future who supports me, I'm always grateful for your support. So thanks. And again, like I say, I hope you'll understand my perspective. And basically on that note, you lot will take care of yourselves, because I will leave it here today, because I'm going to go back to work, folks, all right? Jack, take care, mate. Let me just read what you said before I go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, some people, I've had people say to me, why even respond? Well, I do that for years. I mean, I haven't responded for a long time. I think the last time I responded to this constant sort of mindset that you'll get from certain people was with the no, it wasn't. Sorry, it was an old Discord forum, and it was with Xbox users years ago. But thankfully, some decent Xbox users come along and we sorted things out. So, you know, every now and again, I guess probably, you know, it builds up and you think, stuff this shit, and you just say your piece. But and you're right, in a way, there's no point. I mean, some people said there's no point because all you do is probably lose support, and you lose people that use your mods, and that might be so. But like I say, that's not important to me. What's important to me, I think, now and again, you know, it's like when I talk about society and what's going on in society, whether it's online or in the real world, you some have to make a stand. You know, the world doesn't change if people don't stand up and say no. If you tolerate a fascist government, you wait. You know, a Hitler-like government will return again one day, like they did in the past. You know, if we tolerate indifference, all we'll get is indifference, and it will grow and it will grow and it will grow. So, you know, and I know it's only a small thing when we're talking about a game, but think about the world you live in and what these governments are doing and the way they're curtailing our rights, where we can go, even these enclosed city zones and everything else that they're doing now. You know, it's going on and on and on. When do you stand up and say no, and enough is enough? And you don't need to be violent, you don't need to be aggressive. You just come together, and that's when the cult mindset is a good thing. When people come together in a positive way and do positive things together. They work together for a greater cause. That's the best thing about culture, because we can do more together than we can on our own. That's a fact. I get that. I get why people come together, but obviously there's the negative aspect of cultural living as well. Anyway, I won't go on anymore, folks. It is what it is, and I will deal with things my way. Anyway, you all take care. I will be back soon, but I'm actually really going to focus on the CMB, all right? Because I want to try to get the CMB sorted, because it's really frustrating me, and I'll get it out when it's ready. Jack, you take care, man. I'll see you soon, and if you watch this later, whether you're a patron or a supporter, whether you're not, you will take care, look after yourselves, because like I say, it is a bizarre world we're living in right now, one way or another. It's a real strange world we're living in. So regardless of who you are, like I say, whether you like me or my work, or well, you all take care of yourselves and stand up for what you think is right in this world, because like I said, there's a lot of shit going on out there, and you take care of each other. Jack, thanks for all you've done. Patrons, I will see you soon, and I'm going to get back to work on the CMB. All right, good gaming, folks. How do I? Oh, God's sake, come on. There we go.